Hey guys, we're back with the final Death of the Family comic book that was out today.
Yeah!
There's been 4 of them,
Yes,
and then
that's
2
a lot.
before Watchmen's. We've been doing a lot of reviews.
My voice is kind of starting to go a
I'm
little
gonna have
bit.
to leave all my videos uploading while I sleep just so they all get on YouTube.
Seriously, there's a lot.
There's a lot to go through. Once again, I'm Kiriyama Sparta,
I'm Sarah.
and yeah, we just went through Suicide Squad, Batman and Robin, and Batgirl,
Yes.
number 15s. They're all Death of the Family. And we're going to finish here today with Batman, number 15,
Okay,
aptly
yes.
named.
Save the best one for last. Save the most prominent one for
Our
last.
most prominent ones.
Yes.
Our people seem to like these ones more than the others.
Well, if you're going to read any Death of the Family,
Frickin' Batman.
these are the ones that you have to
Oh, yeah,
read
they've been
anyway.
very good. Sarah's going to tell us what happened.
Yeah. And this might end up being a two-parter.
I'll keep an eye out.
Throwing it out there now, and if it's not, then you get a prize.
Why would they get a prize if it's not
Because-
a two-parter?
Because they get prizes.
Don't go making promises for me.
That's what the prize was.
This might be a two-parter.
So the last one ended with Joker standing on the bridge with Batman wrapped up in those weird teeth.
With the
rope
wires,
things.
yeah.
Joker just said, "I know who you are. I know who everybody is in your Bat family." And when this one opens up, it shows a really cool entire page spread of just black with Joker in the shadows.
That's a really nice shot. That'd be
That's
nice
the
wallpaper.
opening shot. Yeah, that is badass. And there's Batman speech going on
Mhm.
in this page, basically saying he can read your emotions based on your eyes.
Mhm.
When your pupils, happiness, laughter, affection, the pupils open, fear, anger, hatred, the pupils close. And he can see that in any other criminal, but Joker doesn't have that. Joker's eyes, his pupils are just little pinholes. They don't change because he hates everything. So then it goes back to Joker and Batman on the bridge. And Joker says, "That's right, I know who you are." And everyone listening, all the little birds and little bats listening, you're all going to be dead by Batman's hand. And Joker says to him, "I love it when you talk dirty." And then you hear Sergeant Bullock on the big horn, the foghorn?
Yeah.
Not foghorn. Oh, the...
Megaphone.
Jeez.
You're bad at this.
Whew, it's been a very long day. 6 reviews will do that to your brain.
Yeah, it's been, yeah.
So Sergeant Bullock is there saying, "Get out where you are, got you surrounded." And Joker calls him out on something that it's kind of, I feel bad for Bullock when he says that. And Joker says, "Hey, a question. Where were you the other day when I was breaking your friend's next? I was looking for you." And he says, "It couldn't be at that old store on the corner buying booze. You haven't fallen off that wagon, have you?" And it's just poor Harvey, just kind of dead expression on his face with, this bubble with just dots in it. Clearly caught him off guard. I felt sorry for him. And this shows that there's a helicopter in the air with snipers at Joker, aimed at Joker. And Batman's trying to get Sergeant Bullock to back off, saying, "This is between us, just leave him be, just go away." And Joker's like, "Oh, you're right, this is between us," and says to his little microphone thing, "Light him up, boys." And the line of cop cars starts blowing up. And it turns out that there's Joker's got guys in the bushes with like bazookas, rocket launchers. So they fire them at the line of cop cars, and then they fire it, and it's a helicopter in the air. Batman gets angry and pulls his way through the Joker shatter teeth wires. And Joker's like, "Oh, look at you! That's pretty impressive." And then Batman gets shot at with the rocket launcher and explodes in front of Joker's face. And Batman kind of bursts through the flames. Joker's like, "What?" And Batman punches him. I don't remember when this happened, but Batman doesn't have his gloves on at this point. It's just his bare hands. So he punches Joker. He's like, "I'm gonna make you tell me where Alfred is." Picks him up, and Joker's like, "But after everything I've done for you in the past, how could you do this to me?" And as Batman's picking Joker up, his face starts slipping. There's a lot of his face slipping
Off in all these
all
comics,
other
yeah.
weird positions in these last couple comics. And Joker's like, oh, well, there's a special dinner waiting for us, a special celebration. And he reveals that when Batman punched him, he got toxin on his hand. On his bare hand.
Joker is really good with his chemicals.
Apparently, he got on his bare hand. And Joker starts saying, there's no point, I don't want you to ruin what I planned for you. It's going to be super spectacular and awesome. And he kicks him over the bridge into the water. And Bruce falls in the water and passes out. When he comes to, he is supposedly in Wayne Manor, surrounded by Damian, Jason Todd, Dick Grayson,
Barbara Gordon.
Barbara, and Tim Drake. So all the Robins and Barbara are there. And Bruce is like, oh, where is it? Alfred okay? What's going on? They're like, oh, everything's fine. We fished out of the river and everything's okay. Oh, Alfred's fine. Just needed a new pair of white gloves and 1 cup of Earl Grey tea. See? And they point to Alfred. And they turn around and it's Joker in Alfred's suit. And all the Robins and Barbara are looking at Joker with such like admiration in their eyes and such such a sweet look in their eyes. And Joker / Alfred says, you know, so good to see you up and about, and there's an axe behind his leg. Picks it up and swings it at Bruce. He dodges it out of the way, and that's when he really wakes up. So it was just a crazy dream.
Was a dream?
Yep.
Oh, sheesh, y'all.
Yep. Wakes up in the Batcave, and he's still wearing his bat suit, minus the gloves and his cowl and cape. I guess he's still wearing a cape. His cowl's gone. And all the Robins are there, and Batgirl, but they're all in costume, and they kind of courted him saying, we need to talk. And they're basically saying, why didn't you tell us what's been going on? And Barbara's freaking out, like, how does he actually know who we are? Is this true? And Batman is insistent on saying, no, it's not true. There's no possibility that he can know who all of us are. And they, you know, keep on the attack with, why didn't you tell us what happened to Alfred? And he keeps saying, I didn't want your emotions to get in the way of this. And then I think it's Tim Drake. He says, okay, well, what about the secret that he mentioned that you haven't told us?
Right, yeah.
And Batman is resistant in telling him, but they kind of coax him into it. And he starts telling the story about how when one of the first fights that he has with Joker, and this is well before any of the other his little cohorts came into play. It's just Batman. Shortly after he started, him and Joker are fighting on a giant blimp over the reservoir. And one thing this exchange made me laugh. Batman is punching Joker, and this is before his face has been cut off too. Joker says, oh, I thought I made you up. I thought you were just a figment of my imagination like the Tooth Fairy. And Batman says, no, but I'll take some teeth, and punches him in the face. And knocks him into the water. And he explains how he drove away in the Batboat. He dragged the giant blimp away because it had some kind of toxins in it. And he went back to the water to try and find Joker's body. Couldn't find him, so he went back to the Batcave in the boat. He was so distraught with that whole experience that he went up to bed, came back down a few hours later with a clear head to try and piece everything together, and he found a Joker card floating in the water in the Batcave. That's what supposedly the big secret is. And he had a replica of that card blown up and hung up in the Batcave, which is the giant Joker card that we see in the Batcave all the time. So everyone starts freaking out that, oh, Joker's been in here. How could you not tell us that? And Batman's like, no, there's no possible way that he could have gotten in here. He probably stuck the card to the Batboat with a water-soluble solvent or something. Yeah. And it just fell off, and that's where I found it. There's no possible way, because he would have had to hold his breath underwater for long periods of time that I can't even do. And they're more or less just saying, like, are you sure? Are you sure? There's got to be some way that he came in here. And after Batman tells him all that, you know, finally, there's no way, they say, okay, fine, but you should have told us about the card. It's probably a good place to...
Probably a good place to... So, this is going to be a two-parter, yes, but this time we actually have heads up. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to put a link to part 2 along the top here, so click that if you want to keep finding
going.
out. This is
Which you
getting
should,
good.
because it's
It's pretty good.
gets
I don't
better,
know, but it
so-
sounded like I'm going to like it.
Yeah, it's good.
So, again, Kyriama Sparta,
There,
subscribe, all that fun stuff, hit the button.
we'll see you in 2 seconds.
2 seconds.